guys, it is Tanya and welcome back to the channel and welcome to another speed build. Today I am back building another tiny home because tiny homes are like one of my favorite things to build. I have one today and one tomorrow, but next week I'm trying to switch it up a little bit and have less or maybe no tiny homes. I'm gonna try and take breaks here and there so I can get all kinds of other content out on the channel. But before I get into that, this tiny house, it has come to my attention that I've never built a base game tiny house. So that changes today. This is a base game tiny house and I had a lot of fun with it. And as you can see from the title of it, this is called like a quirky tiny home. And there are a couple of reasons for that. One is the color scheme I went with. The outside of this house is orange, green, and brown. It's really weird. I love it though. It was really fun. And then the other quirky thing is a glitch. This house is glitchy and I've had this situation once before back when I built the house for my Get Famous Let's Play where the front door did not work because it was on the second level technically. And since I raised this home off the ground a little bit, that problem was happening again. However, I added a back door which is very close to the, like it's right around the back and it works just fine. I don't know why that glitch is happening. I've tried to fix it a bunch of different times. I took to Twitter with it. Some people said it was because it was on the second floor. But then a friend of mine who you probably know, Christy York, she kind of recreated the situation I have on screen here and it worked fine for her. So I'm thinking it might be a case-by-case scenario. However, like you can still get into this house just fine. It's just not through that brown door that looks like it's the front door. But if you guys download this house and are able to get it working, please let me know what you did. And it is available on the Sims 4 gallery if you search Gryphi or the hashtag MsGryphi. That information is also down below. So when coming to build this, I thought it was going to be kind of difficult just using base game because there's so many items I use in tiny homes that are not base game. And I was actually pleasantly surprised that this looked so cute. At least I think it looks really cute. It's a really interesting color scheme, that's for sure. But I like doing that with tiny homes because I feel like there's no rules. You can just kind of experiment, and that's probably my favorite part of it. And I was just really happy with how many items that the base game has. I always say that with like my larger homes I built that are base game, and I was really shocked to find out that I hadn't done a tiny home that was base game, but I'm glad we fixed that. But anyway, we are just figuring out the outside shape here. We end up dragging the porch around the back as well and adding some railings to get up onto the porch up here. There's actually pretty lush landscaping for a garden for a desert area. But I really like how it came out. There's a couple of palm trees. There's that mesquite, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, tree out front. And then we have a mixture of desert plants and flowers throughout the front yard. I have a lot of pink flowers, like a very vibrant pink. I thought it looked so nice against this house. I really liked the contrast. And we did mess around with the wallpapers a bunch of times, but I think we got to one that I thought was fun and funky in the end. So I hope you guys do like that. Anyway, I just wanted to take a moment to thank you guys so much. I just woke up this morning to find out that we've reached 15,000 subscribers, and that like honestly means the world to me. Like, welcome everybody that's new. I've been trying to reply to every single comment and like welcome everybody, but if you're new and you haven't commented, you're shy, you're a lurker, just know that I really appreciate that you're here and welcome to the family. Anyway, we are decorating the outside of this house now, and I added a lot of greenery around it. I thought that was really fun, especially because this is in a desert world and it's in the world of Oasis Springs, which is base game, because I know lately I've been building a lot in Strangerville, and I do want to do some more Strangerville builds next week, but I wanted to do a base game house and I really didn't feel like building in Willow Creek or Newcrest, so you know, here comes Oasis Springs, which I don't build in that often. Maybe I will more, but then again, like now that we have Strangerville, I think that world is so much prettier, but they're both pretty. So I was excited to go ahead and build here. I believe this is on a 20 by 15 lot. It's the name of the lot is in the top corner. I don't know how to pronounce it. But this is the garden area over to the side that I thought looked pretty cute, and just adding a little bit more terrain paint and little like desert flowers around. I think it looks really cute and very full. I quite enjoyed the landscaping on this one. And then in the back here, I'm noticing that the like trim around the second floor does not connect because there's a staircase there. So I sized up this little guy here and like made this area a little bit smaller, and kind of made that like a little roof awning over a painting area on the deck, which I thought looked pretty cute in the end. So you can see me just adjusting that now, and we end up putting an easel back there, and I think it came out really, really nice. But now we are, I think, just gonna figure out the outside colors, which, like I said, took me ages to figure out. Also, I just realized I didn't say this. Like, I already mentioned it's on the gallery and it's base game, but this house came to 57,000 simoleons and change, so it's not super affordable, but I think it came out pretty cute. And it can house 2 Sims if they are okay with sleeping in the same bed, because there's a double bed upstairs that you can get into. So there is that one glitch with this house that I mentioned, with the front door not functioning as a front door. You have to use the back door so you can get in, but literally everything else works. I tried making sure they can go to the bathroom, use the sink, use the shower, get in both sides of the bed, cook things, like everything else works. I thought that was really important. There is not a dining table. Wait, yes, there is. I was thinking of a different house. There is a dining table in this house, and I think there's plenty of room in this house. This is a tiny house, but it's very spacious. So I was happy about that. And here we are getting to close to the final color scheme. Yeah, just switching out that window, and I think this is the final color scheme we end up going with, which, as you can see, is a very interesting one. I love that pop of orange. We got the update to the base game wallpapers, and I already used the yellow that we got, but I really wanted to use the orange, and I just loved how it looked with like these greens and browns. It's very like retro color scheme, and I just thought it looked so nice here. It's definitely unique, a little bit quirky, and I feel like it works really well for this house. I also use these floorboards that I almost never use, but I really liked how they looked in this home. And then behind the stairs here is where we put the kitchen area. I thought about using these countertops at first, but we ended up going for the more modern ones that came with the game in a white swatch. The kitchen area ends up being very light and clean, and I think that works, the mixture of a couple different color schemes and styles on the inside, because the outside has all the fun colors, but then all the windows are white, all the trims are white. It's all very, very clean. And inside I tried to combine those two ideas. So there's areas that are a little bit more warmer, but everything's a very clean design in here. I tried not to make it too cluttered. There's a little bit clutter here and there to show that the place is lived in, but it's not too over the top, I don't think. We also added this rug in the kitchen, which I thought was really, really cute. We ended up changing it to a green way later because I ended up bringing way more green to the inside, but I started with a bit of blue in the kitchen, but I changed it out later. And the living space has a green couch in it, which I was really excited about. I don't know, I feel like I don't use green inside a lot, and I was really excited to do it this time because I thought it looked so nice, especially with the outside having the green paneling, which I don't think I've ever used that color of that vertical paneling, that green swatch, what? But we're adding a bathroom now. It's 3.5 squares wide. It's functions just like the bathroom I did in my split level tiny home. It just takes up less space. So it takes up the same amount of space as that house, but it takes up not a lot of space. So I thought that would be a good layout for this house so that there was plenty of room to walk around, and it has everything you need in it. It has the sink, the toilet, and the shower. Because sometimes I know I don't add what do I not add? A sink. I almost said a toilet. Yeah, because you can use the toilet in the kitchen. No, sometimes I don't add a sink in the bathroom, but this one has everything you need. We also added a bunch of little paintings above the couch, which I thought looked nice, and this lamp over here, and I'm just loving this sofa. This is a base game sofa, but I think I've mentioned this before. I always get really excited when I can use base game items that were not in the base game in 2014 that we've gotten in updates since then, because it feels less base game to me. It feels really exciting, and I'm really proud of it. The downstairs is coming together now. We're just adding our decorations in the kitchen. As you can see, I'm going for that blue color scheme that I had mentioned in the kitchen, but I do change it out for a brown and a green later because I thought it made a little bit more sense with the rest of the colors that I was using in this house. I also did add curtains on these big windows, but I feel like it could have worked fine with or without them. I just thought it made it look a little bit more cozy, and I just put those 2 paintings on the wall. Right next to those, next to the bottom of the steps, is where I end up placing a door off camera later. That is the door you can use to get in and out of the house, unless we can figure out how to solve this problem. I'm hoping to bring it up to the Sims team and see if it's something that they're aware of, something that can be fixed in the future, because this is not the first time I've had this glitch. And it does seem to be a lot of people have it, but some people don't. So I don't know what's causing it. So hopefully it works fine if you guys download this house, but if not, the back door is there and it works perfectly fine to go through that door. But we're just changing the paneling in the kitchen, or the living room. That's not a kitchen. And I love it. It's so cute down there. And now we're up in the bedroom. I used, once again, base game. So this base game bed and this green swatch. And I really love the color schemes in this house. It's so earthy. It's also got the more clean, modern, cold, gray walls, which I love in everything. I love gray walls. I love gray in general. I think we all know that by now. Gray and blue. But I didn't use blue in this build. I tried to, and then I was like, no, Tanya, don't use it. You don't need the blue. And so I was happy to go ahead and make that change, but we're just adding some clutter onto these bedside tables, nothing too crazy, but adding a lamp over here just so you have a little bit more light in the room. And also I think it looks more realistic to have that. I thought about adding these paintings on the walls, but I got rid of them in the end and kind of used this one that has all like the little sketches on it. I thought it was cute, as well as this mirror over in the corner. And then we end up adding a little desk area up here as well, so you have a place to use the computer, which I think is kind of nice when I'm able to fit like an office area into a tiny home, because, you know, some things end up smaller than they're supposed to or just don't get included when you're building tiny homes. So it's always nice when I'm able to include something like that. And also this bookcase, which is sized down and you're able to walk around it just fine. Everything has been play tested. And I was so happy that the only thing wrong was the outside door, but I was also so devastated that the outside door didn't work. So that's kind of problematic, but at least the rest of the build works. Anyway, we are coming to the end of the video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. You can also subscribe to the channel if you have not already. I'd love to have you join us. And if you click that little bell, it'll turn on notifications so you'll be notified of every single time I upload a new video. Thank you guys so very much for watching, and we're going to be going to screenshots shortly. Bye, everybody.